Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tara and I make videos about digital planning and different ways that you can get creative with your iPad. So if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss a video. We've got our October video. If you missed this, I will link it up in the cards. And I'm really excited. These stickers are so much fun. But let's take a look at some of September's weekly layouts because that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, so I'm just going to select this week here and I want to show you guys how I use this. So I did take some notes here and then erase them as I was doing my planning. This is kind of like a place for me to organize my thoughts as I then move them over. And then this by far was my favorite part. So having this area for me to track my habits for the week was honestly, it worked really well for me this time. And I don't know if it was this, if it was the new brain supplements I've been taking, if it was just being away from home, but I was on it. I was doing my routine and I was feeling so good. So I definitely want to incorporate something like this in my weekly setup. And that's really what I like to do is I like to see, what works for me throughout the year and see what I can incorporate again in the future. So I really liked having this available to me. And so I am going to try to do something like that again. And then, you guys probably know this at this point, but usually I'll take the information from my monthlies and I will just figure out what needs to be done in those sprints. And at the beginning of each week, I'll try to schedule in time for those main activities that I want to get done for my sprints. And then I'll start to maybe add in some of the other stuff that I know that I have to do that wasn't in my monthly plan. And then from there is when I go in and really get specific on my daily plan with me. That's just my process. Seems to work, at least for me. But let's jump now to this week. So for October, we are going to start with our elements here. And if you missed it, I did create a video last month that was just showing how I create all of my elements that I like to use that save me time. So I will link that up in the cards as well. And if you have any questions about how I made any of those shortcuts, that is where you'll find that answer. So let's come to our elements and I'm going to find my go-to elements folder and I need the weekly spread. So that's this one. And I'm just going to put this into place and that magically covers up all of this. It gives me my colors here. And then the only thing that does change are these small calendars here because they're just not quite the same from month to month, just this depending on the size of the calendar and how many days and all of that. So I'm just going to have to adjust this a little bit. So let's move this so that it's on the proper week. And then I am going to, this is optional, but I am going to move this down so that it does cover up the October lettering. Sometimes I like to leave it, sometimes I like to customize it, but we have a fun font. So this time we are going to customize it. Okay, and the color palette that I want to use today, do I want to use this one or this one? I just really like both of them a lot, so I'm torn. I think we're gonna do this one. Let's start by taking one of these and making it in the background. So I want one of the ones that has the dark blue. I think we're gonna go with the one that's the purple and blue. So I'm just gonna use my image tool and grab this one. Let me check and see. I'm gonna turn images on because I think I'm gonna be using that soon. And we are just going to come back here. We're going to paste it. I think I'm gonna change my mind. Sorry. Let's do this one. I reserve the right to change my mind at any time. This is why I love digital planning because I can just change my mind anytime I feel like it. And there's no problem. Okay, so what I want to do, I think, is I'm going to grab a moon really quickly. I'm going to test out some things. So let's copy this full moon and I'm going to paste this. And I think up here is just not visible enough. So I want it down here. I think that has enough color contrast, even that maybe. So I'm doing this so I can visually see how far I want to crop this down. So I'm going to grab my image tool and tap on this and tap crop. And then we are going to cut off some of that brighter like teal color that's there, that green color. And we are just going to size this to kind of fit here. And I haven't quite decided how I want this to work fully, but we're gonna put this moon up here. Now, do I want it to like cut off in the corner? We did that with the sun, if you remember. We did the millennial sun over the summer. That was fun. But I think for the full moon, I wanna keep the fullness of it. I think that makes it just better. Okay, and once you've fiddled with that and you like the placement, we can start to do some other things. So let's take some of our silhouettes and see what we can kind of build out here, because I just love the silhouettes. We're just gonna copy these and we're gonna paste. Okay, good, and they are dark enough. That's beautiful. Okay, and I think I want to do what we did the last time where I made some of it light up. So let's come back here and just grab one of the green stickers, doesn't matter which. So we're gonna copy this. Did you catch that? Doesn't matter which. Okay, I'm done. Ignore me. And now what we're gonna do is tap on this and we're gonna crop it and just do a nice little rectangle crop. And then we're just gonna duplicate this 1, 2, 3, 4 times is enough. I guess we don't really have to rearrange just yet. So we're gonna duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate. Okay, now I'm gonna take that one that's behind and we are just going to cut it and paste it, put it back on top there. This way, when we do bring all of it over, then it's all cute and lit up here. And I think that that is super cute. Okay, and I think I may have done this in the last one, but this was the whole point. So I'm going to take my image tool here just because I think it's easier personally. And I'm just gonna put a cat in the window. Oops. I'm going to cut this and paste it on top and then put it in the window. So just size that down. So cute. You could obviously do more than one. I know I did this before. Maybe this is boring, but I think just due to the fact that this is like up here in the sky, I could do bats. Bats would also work. Well, maybe I'll just have her like this instead of directly in front. And then I don't know if I can get this down here anywhere where it like looks cute. I do feel like I need to move all of these down a little bit. I knew I should have saved this as an element once I liked it. Okay, so if you have Goodnotes 6 and you can relayer, then this isn't really a big deal. Since I don't, because I'm stubborn and I keep saying I'm going to, and then something gets in the way, then I'm like, oh no, I don't want to, or I just can't be bothered. I think we're gonna swap sides maybe. So I'm gonna put the wolf there. Let's bring our cat. Great, looks good. And then I just want to make sure that handwriting is off because this part underneath here is handwriting. And so I'm just going to move this over and maybe I'll just resize it a little, make it just a little bit bigger. It is a house after all. And compared to the wolf, it definitely needs to be a little bit bigger. It's just so cute. I love these scenes. Okay, we're going to get rid of this cat. I said cat, so Midwestern. Cat. We could make this more witchy or ghosty, I don't know. Okay, so I think because of the fact that we have the witch there, I'm gonna copy this one and just bring it back over here. And we're just gonna paste it. Well, this is kind of a cute idea, right? So I'm gonna go like this and paste it to the top of my planner. I don't know, what do you think? If you want, you could try to extend this and like match the color. I think I'm just gonna leave it. But I do want to add the October text. So I'm gonna add my text here and we're just gonna type October. And with our text tool, we're gonna tap in here and we're just gonna drag that over. And then we're just going to add in our Midnight Magic font. So if you want this font, you are more than welcome to get it. I have it available in my freebie vault, which is super exciting. So anybody who wants to join that, you can get it. Like I said, links to the freebie vault are down below. Or if you are on Patreon, you would have received this already. Okay, let's turn text boxes on. Okay, I think that that is going to be really cute. So let's just change the color. I think either to this green or maybe to the purple. Let's go with the purple. I do think we need a little more of the purple. Okay, I did say I wanted some bats. So let's grab some bats. And I'm going to zoom in for this part because the bats are small. They're kind of a pain. The other thing, if you don't think you're going to rotate them, you can just grab them one at a time, and maybe even just placing them where you want them is good. And then you can go in and rotate them just because they are small, so that does make them just a little bit of a pain in order to deal with. So when they're really close like that, I just worked my way down from the top and made sure that I wasn't grabbing any of their transparent boxes that are around them. So when you have an image that's transparent like this, there's always like a clear box around it. Every single shape, you can see if I tap on this, you can see this blue dotted line. That is all space. So even though there's nothing here or nothing up here, if that part overlaps with another sticker and you're trying to grab them and you lasso any of this empty space, you're going to grab them both. And that can be very frustrating. So that's why typically when I'm working with really small ones, I have two methods. If I'm working with small stickers, I will use the image tool and just tap in order to navigate through the crazy, territory there. The other option, which I won't do right now because there aren't any, actually I'll move this over in order to illustrate this, is when you aren't in a layered area. So originally we weren't, but now we are. So I moved it over. I will, instead of circling a big area, I will just come in and I will circle a small area. So you can see here, even though I haven't actually circled any part of the bat, I've circled part of the transparent box that's around it. So if you are a beginner to Goodnotes, that may be something that you've been struggling with. So I just wanted to pop on here and say that because I've been using Goodnotes for so long and I tend to forget some of the beginner notes, to give out. So just in case that happens to speak to any of you, I hope it helps someone out there. Okay, I want them all kind of flying toward, or at least kind of in the direction of the moon. I could also add some stars in here. That would be cute. So let's use our lasso tool and grab some of these stars. We're just going to copy these and paste. And why don't we duplicate, and duplicate. And so we've got quite a lot here, and two of them are actually repeats. So I am going to move these. You can see those were doubled up. That was my bad when I duplicated it and didn't move it. So if that happened to you, you can just come in with the image tool, and that's like what I was saying before. It's just easier to navigate that way. I'm going to just bring all of them up here, and we're just going to use our image tool. Just carefully place them around. Like I said, they are small. They are obnoxious. You're going to end up doing that. So just, zoom in as much as you need to in order to feel comfortable. And you can vary the sizes, make some of them bigger, some of them smaller. Whatever you want to do is totally fine. And I'm just keeping them, fairly high up. I'm not going to send them too far away. And I'll end up just deleting any that I don't care to keep. All right, I think that looks nice. It's hard to tell from far away, but I think it's cute. Okay, and I do want to use, how do I want to track my habits? Oh, that's what I need to figure out. What am I gonna do? Wait, okay, I love these trees. I just love them so much. So I do need to add these in here with the other silhouettes. So we're just gonna zoom in. And if you don't want it to come off the edge here, you can tap with your image tool, tap crop, and then let's just drag in one of the edges so it's a nice flat edge, and then line it up with the edge of the picture. And there we have it. You can make it bigger, of course, and then just line it up again. I love the spooky scene. It's so good, right? So good. Okay, I am gonna take one of these. So I think we'll do it in the orange. We're going to copy this and bring it over here. We're just gonna paste it, and I'm really quickly gonna go back to that week in September, and I'm just gonna count how many I did here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had 16 little habits that I was working on, and it looks like there's 18 here, or like 9 orange ones. So I'm gonna do a little bit of testing here. You guys can follow along. I'm gonna come to my sticker pack, and I want to use this frame because I think the frame is cute. So we're just gonna copy this, and we're going to paste it, size it up, and just put this here. I was originally thinking I could put a memory here, which I still might. What I'm gonna do to save myself a little bit of time is I'm gonna come back to September. I'm gonna come back to that week, and I'm going to use my lasso tool with just text boxes on, and we are going to select that text box from before. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste, and then I'm gonna grab my text tool here, and I'm actually, because I don't want it rotated, so I'm just going to circle it with my lasso tool and try to make it straight. So I'm just going to use this line to help me straighten that out. And then when I tap on it with my text tool, it should, be straight now. So that's good. I can take one of these off, and then I'm good. These are some of the habits I've been wanting to work on. We are going to take the text tool here, triple tap. I am going to change this all to the Midnight Magic font because I just think it's a must. And then maybe I'll change the color to white. Okay, and we are absolutely going to have to size this up a bit. And then we also need to make sure that we're adjusting the line spacing a little bit. So in order to do that, we'll tap on the paragraph here, and then we can come here to our line spacing. And this is not the most fun part, I will be perfectly honest. As long as you can get it good enough though, you're all right. So that lines up well enough. I'm happy. What I want to do with this information now that I have this, I do think I want to highlight all this again and make it all center aligned. I may regret that. I don't know. Make sure that's in place and we're happy with it. And then, okay, I'm going to use my text tool again. I think that this text could be a little bit bigger. Okay, and we're going to take our image tool and we're just going to cut off 3 of these squares that we don't need, or rectangles, stripes. And then we're gonna grab our text again and we're just gonna touch this all up and just do the same thing we did before. Okay, I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit further. I'm gonna grab this text box and I'm just gonna move it over here. And I think I can shorten some of those words so it'll all be fine. And basically what I want to do is just have like 7 slots here. So let's come to our sticker pack, turn on images. Let's get back to some actual fun work. We're going to copy this and paste it. Okay, we want to size this so that we can fit 7. So I think that that'll be good. This is where we are really going to have to make sure we save some elements though, because otherwise we are going to absolutely hate our lives. I'll be sure to walk you through that. But let's go ahead and take like this purple one, and I know this one, so the ones that have enough contrast, we'll put them on the orange. Actually, I feel like the purple is contrasting less, so we're going to put the purple with the dark stripe. And then we are just going to make sure we have both images and text boxes turned on. We are going to move this over, and we are just going to copy these. Yeah, copy these or just duplicate them and line them up with each other. Duplicate again and line them up. Duplicate them again, line them up. We just need 3 more, so let's grab 3 of these and duplicate. And then just line them up. And let's just check the size here. Yep, that'll be perfect. So we're gonna undo that. And we are just going to duplicate this. We are just eyeballing it here because I think they're small enough that it's not a huge deal. And let's just do this whole set and duplicate it. To be honest, I might just end up using the skulls. Like, we don't even really need the stripes. You know what I mean? Like, I could just put them here. Let's size them up. We're gonna make them about this big because I think I can stand to make this one a little bit smaller. We're going to delete this. And then this, we're going to change the color to probably the dark blue, I think is easiest to see. And I'm just gonna erase some of the words that maybe make this a little bit longer than they like need to be. Okay, and since there's no element under here, I am actually already changing my mind. Gonna make this a little bit smaller. This is maybe not my best idea. Oh, I apologize. I don't really like this at all, but okay. I think it's gonna be a major headache. So what I do want to do though is I'm gonna duplicate one of these and you're gonna see why in a second. This is where elements are gonna come into play. Actually, let's duplicate all of these so I can see like which ones work with. It probably won't matter that much because they are so small, but I'm gonna give myself some options. Let's take this one. Again, like how can I shorten it? And we're just gonna come back and do that whole paragraph alignment thing here with the line spacing. Just get that to line up nicely enough. Okay, and I am just gonna take this and make the text like just a little bit smaller, but not so small. Just gonna bring it in a little bit. And you know what else I'm gonna do is highlight all of this and then make it right justified. And I think that that is gonna work so much better. So much better. Okay, so you wanna know the part that I think is very important for us to do the element for. This is gonna save, this is like majorly helpful here. Actually, let's grab our lasso tool and select all 4 of these. We're gonna copy them and bring them over here and paste them. And then we want to size them so that they fit over the eyeballs. So this is the perfect size. And then let's just decide like how we want to do this. So I'm gonna just duplicate these a bunch of times. And by a bunch of times, I mean so that I have 4. And all we're gonna do is just find some combinations that we like. So I think that that works. I can do this one and like this one here. And then you just want to make sure that they are properly in place. And then all you're gonna do is just delete the skeletons. And then we're just going to circle these groups of 2 and just add them. I'm gonna make one for October. So let's add element, new collection, and just type in October. These are like my temporary ones. So let's add this one as an element into October, this one, and this one. Okay, we're going to delete those. So now when you do need to fill these in order to save ourselves some time, you're just gonna start popping in the eyeballs here. See what I mean? So it's just gonna be so much easier. And the nice thing here is that instead of having to move the eyeballs individually using the image tool, you can just grab the element tool and it's gonna select them both as 2. That is the simplest way to like fill these in. And I know it doesn't give you like as clear of a visual as coloring it in, but I just think it's fun. It's a little spooky and we just like it. And then there's only 2 other things to do. So what I'm gonna do here is make sure that text boxes only is turned on. And I'm just going to duplicate this one. And we're just gonna put this here. And let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to put there instead. Ooh, let's take the hands here. So we're gonna turn images on. We're gonna grab these hands and copy them. Oh, it's just more purple though, isn't it? Maybe we'll save these. Oh, can I put them in the window? Okay, let's size them down. You could put them in more places, but okay. I didn't want to put them up here like I originally thought because they're purple and that's just too much purple. Okay, this one's gonna be my more witchy one. So let's take some of these candles and we're just gonna bring them over here. And I don't want this hat. We're gonna delete this one. Let's grab one of these pumpkins. So let's grab this pumpkin and this hat. We're gonna copy this. Okay, we're gonna paste these over here. We are going to grab the cauldron here. And I've run out of room. I don't even know what I'm thinking. We're gonna take a couple of these spider webs and see what I can do with them. And we're also going to let's grab this spider web. I like this one. This spider web and this spider. We'll just grab them both at once. I'm just gonna copy them and paste them. Cool, cool, cool. Super fun. How I'm gonna finish this up is I am first going to take this and I'm going to crop this and I'm just going to, with my rectangle crop, just crop a corner down like this. And then what we're gonna do is just put this right here into the frame. I think this is gonna look really, really cute with a picture underneath. And then we can put a little spider on top. So just situate him on there until you're happy with his size and placement. I'm gonna take one of these side spider webs and we're just gonna put it up against the frame here, like it's coming off the frame. I guess I don't really need this and I could save it for next time. I just want something more exciting here with the text boxes. So I don't know, resize this and bring it down. Maybe just bring this image up and then with my lasso tool, just kind of mess with this until I like it. Oh, and then I can also change the color here. So let's change this color to the orange. I think that helps give it a little bit of balance. I don't really have room for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's turn on images here. I'm gonna delete this web, I don't need it. The candles we're just gonna wait on. I'll just have to use them another time. I could also do this another time too, but I feel like I can find a place to just put it. So we're just gonna put a little hat on this guy. And I guess we need to give him a face too. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. I just love these. I feel like I can't have a spread without them. Like, aren't they just adorable? Okay, well maybe I just did too much here. So we're just gonna move this over. I'm gonna resize this, though I feel like this feels very out of place now. But I don't know. I feel like somehow I feel like the bigger I make it, almost like the better it is, and I don't really know why, but it's kind of working for me. Now it's a floating pumpkin with a witch hat and a face. I think it's alive. Okay, so now the big important thing here that I need to do is I'm going to make sure that I have images on. The rest doesn't really matter. And we are going to save this as an element. So add element to our October one. This way when we go and add in a photo, we can size it while this is here. And then we can move it over, delete these, and then put it back and just paste the element on top. If you don't know what I mean by that, I'll show you really quickly. I'll just grab like a random image. So I have this cute little scene I took a picture of. And I'm just gonna size this to fit inside. And then once you're happy with that, you can move it away, delete these, come to your elements, grab the most recent one, and then just place it on top. And then there you go. You can just take it and move it over. So that's a super simple little time saver. Oh my gosh, I forgot to change the color. So let's grab these and change the colors. So we're just going to select all of them. And my handwriting is not turned on, so we need to redo that. And we're just going to tap color. And honestly, I think the purple is working, so that's probably what we're gonna keep it with, but let's make it a true purple to this color palette. And yep, I think that's good. And then we're just gonna have handwriting turned on because this stuff got moved. And once everything looks perfect, then we can go ahead and take everything together and select everything at once, and we can add it as an element to our October folder. So now from week to week we can just add it, or we can go through and add them all right now. But that's effectively it. I do think that this space is a little bit empty, and this space is a little bit empty, so I might move these up. I might play around with this. If I do end up changing this, I will let you guys know when I do my review. I've just run out of time, and I apologize so much if this video went a little bit long. So yeah, very sorry. Got carried away, didn't know what I was doing. But that's how you know that I just kind of throw these on and do my best. I don't plan this in advance, and I encourage you guys to do that too. Just like explore and have fun with the stickers. You can plan it out, but I think it's nice to just kind of play around and see what you come up with. So that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, you are the best. I love you so much. Bye!